which is interesting, which is your adultery. You decriminalize adultery, right? Why did this thing come in your head that adultery should not be considered a crime in a country which is very difficult or can get very difficult when issues like these come up?
Now, when the court held that section 497 of the then IPC was unconstitutional, we didn't therefore say that we are encouraging adultery. Not at all.
Of course not.
We didn't make a societal value judgment that we were accepting of relationships outside marriage. But you know what the provision was very interesting. Where a woman who is, I'll just give you an example, where a woman who is married enters into a relationship outside her marriage with another man, the offense of adultery was committed by whom? That man with whom she was in an extramarital relationship. The offense could be condoned if her husband condoned the act of adultery. The woman was never guilty of the offense, only the man was guilty of the offense. Now, look at the problem with the situation. By saying that if the husband of the woman condoned the adulterous relationship, there would be no offense. That meant that the woman is treated virtually like a commodity. She has no autonomy. She is not recognized to have any agency. She is treated as if she is the property of her husband. If her husband accepts her relationship, then there is no adultery. So we said this is fundamentally anachronistic. This is fundamentally contrary to constitutional values. Second, the man was guilty of adultery and the woman was never guilty of adultery. In my father's judgment, in a case called Saumitri Vishnu in 1983, my father, he was not speaking as a sole member of the bench. It was, it was a bench of other judges as well. They said the reason why the woman is not guilty of the offense under section 497 of Macaulay's 1860 Penal Code is because in a relationship, it's only the man who is a seducer and never the woman. So we said that, this is unacceptable both in terms of factual logic as well as constitutional logic.
Yeah.
That is again denying the woman a sense of agency in a relationship. So we struck down the provision. By striking down the provision, let's be very clear. The court was not condoning in that sense or accepting a relationship outside marriage, but saying that the basis of this law was constitutionally invalid.
Got it. There's one, every time we talk about men and women, there's one question which always comes up, which is marital rape. Why marital rape is not a crime?
Marital rape has to be a crime. It is not a crime by virtue of the exception in our penal laws. If a husband murders his wife, he's guilty of murder, as in the case of, say, bride burning for dowry.